morning to one and all. Today we are going to talk about the differences as well as the similarities between the male spermatogenesis and oogenesis. So here we are seeing this is called as the skin flow chart of the happenings of the spermatogenesis. This is called the flow chart of the happenings of the oogenesis. And these are the stages that are occurring in the female reproductive system in the different stages of the females. And this is only occurring after the puberty. So this is the basic difference between the spermatogenesis and oogenesis is oogenesis starts in the fetal stage and continues up to the menophase. But in the case of male system, the starting of spermatogenesis starts after puberty and continues to lifelong. And here it starts in the fetal stage, here after puberty. And it continues from the fetal stage to the menophase. It continues from the puberty to the final stage, that is up to the mostly up to the death of a person. And this is called as a schematic. This is called as a flow chart or happenings of the. This is called flow chart, and this is called as the schematic representation. Schematic representation, important 3 marks question. Along with that, one more question will be added to that. This is called schematic representation. This is called as schematic representation. This is called as flow chart, and this is the happening at the time span. This is happening in the female. So that is how the male reproductive system and female reproductive system are different, and the happenings also different. Now, when we try to analyze spermatogenesis, spermatogenesis starts at puberty, but oogenesis starts in the fetal stage. And the first stage of the sperm mother cells are called as spermatogonia. The oogenesis for ovum mother cells are called as oogonia. Here the number of chromosomes are 46. Here the number of chromosomes are also 46. And this starts after puberty, but this starts in the fetal stage. This starts in the fetal stage. The spermatogonial cells undergo the mitotic differentiation, that is equational division. Spermatogonia or the sperm mother cells undergoes the mitotic differentiation, that is equational division, and they will divide into one daughter cell. One spermatogonial cell first divide into two. These spermatogonial daughter cells, these mitotic daughter cells will again undergo division and form 4 mitotic cells. 4 mitotic cells. So, each spermatogonial cell, that is sperm mother cell, can give rise to 4 daughter cells. 4 daughter cells. 4 daughter cells with 46 number of chromosomes only. 46 number of chromosomes only. And here oogonial cells will divide and form. Each oogonia or ovum mother cell will produce 2 daughter cells. These 2 daughter cells will once again produce 4 daughter cells. The number of chromosomes present here are 46. The number of daughter cells that contain the number of chromosomes is also 46. Here, one oogonia cell has given rise to 4 daughter cells. Here, one spermatogonia cell has given rise to 4 daughter cells. From here, the spermatogonia already, the spermatogonial cells dividing into the spermatogonial daughter cells happens after puberty only, but this happens in the fetal stage, that is the 6 months of the baby to 9 months, that is before birth. That is 6 months to 9 months of the baby, that is the fetal stage. And here each daughter cell, which are called as primary spermatocytes, divide into form 2 daughter cells each, that is first meiotic division. So here primary spermatocytes undergoing the divisional process and forming the 2 daughter secondary spermatocytes. Here the number of, as here the meiosis is taking place. Here meiosis is taking place. So it is also called as reductional division. It is also called as reductional division. And in this reductional division, the number of chromosomes are reduced to half. Here the number of chromosomes are reduced to half after complete meiosis. So here the reductional division is taking place, and the number of chromosomes here are 23. And the secondary spermatocytes undergoes the next division. Each secondary spermatocyte will undergo the division, the second phase of the meiosis to complete, and the number of chromosomes present in these are 23 each. 23 each. So these secondary spermatocytes will undergo the next division to form 4 spermatids. 4 spermatids means from primary spermatocyte to secondary spermatocyte, the number of chromosomes are reduced to half. The number of chromosomes from the primary spermatocyte to secondary spermatocyte is reduced to half, and the cells double. Cell number increases. Means each primary spermatocytes will give 4 secondary spermatocytes. Each primary spermatocyte will give 4 daughter secondary spermatocytes. The number of chromosomes from primary spermatocytes to secondary spermatocytes is reduced to half. Reduced to half. The number of chromosomes reduced to half. The number of cells doubles. The number of chromosomes reduced to half. The number of cells doubles. And out of one primary spermatocyte division, you can see that 4 daughter spermatids through secondary spermatocytes are formed. Means out of one spermatocyte meiotic division, 4 daughter spermatids are formed, and these 4 daughter cells will be embedding into the Sertoli cells, and they will be maturing, and they will be released out. Well, the process is already, we know that spermiation, the process of releasing of immature spermatozoa after maturation into the interstitial cells is called as spermiation. From now onwards, the spermatozoa are called as sperms. The spermatozoa are called sperms. They attain the tail, they attain the mature now, and they are released. Once they are released, they are called as sperms. Active, motile, mature sperms. Active, motile, mature sperms. So sperms will be released. Now coming on to the oogenesis process, it is something different from the male spermatogenesis. Here oogonial cells 46 number. When you come to the primary spermatocytes, these also are having the 46 number of chromosomes, but the number of cells are so here the number of cells by once the primary spermatocytes are formed, so many primary oocytes are formed. they will be converted to secondary oocyte. Already we have discussed that the primary oocyte will accumulate a layer called as primary follicle. This primary follicle, by accumulating the second layer, granulosa layer, it is called as secondary follicle. The secondary follicle, by accumulating the theca, external new theca and one more some layers of granulosa, is called as tertiary follicle. So while you are seeing the primary oocyte, the primary oocyte will be approximately more than 1 lakh, and when it comes to the secondary oocyte, approximately in thousands, that is approximately between the 15,000 to 20,000 primary secondary oocytes are left in each ovary. So there will be a continuous loss of, degradation of cells in the case of primary oocyte to secondary oocyte through the process primary follicle formation to the secondary follicle formation to the. So here primary follicle to secondary follicle, only latched together cells are formed in the primary oocyte, but during the process of formation of primary follicle, that is primary oocyte with primary follicle, primary oocyte with secondary follicle, primary oocyte with tertiary follicle, which is the tertiary follicle including the primary oocyte changing into the secondary follicle only at puberty. In puberty or in the females, from lakhs of primary oocytes, only 60,000 to 80,000 oocytes, secondary oocytes with a tertiary follicle and antrum. Tertiary follicle with antrum condition is present. So the lakhs of primary oocytes will be degraded, and only 60,000 to 80,000 means they will be lost from primary oocyte primary follicle condition to primary oocyte secondary follicle condition. Degradation occurs from the secondary follicle with primary oocyte to the tertiary follicle. Some of the cells degenerate, and from the tertiary follicle with the secondary oocyte only at puberty, only approximately 16,000 cells to 80,000 cells will remain in the female, each female ovary, and the secondary oocyte will be released into ovum. Will be per month only one ovum is released. Per spermatogenesis 200 to 300 million number of cells will be produced. Here only one ovum, here many sperms. And in the case of primary oocyte conversion to secondary oocyte condition, you can see that each primary oocyte undergoes the maturation division, while primary oocyte is converting to secondary oocyte through primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle with antrum condition. Already we have discussed that lakhs of cells are degenerated, only 60,000 to 80,000. So that degenerated cells are formed as first polar bodies, and from the primary oocyte to secondary oocyte conversion, from each primary oocyte 2 cells are produced, but one will be degenerated. The degenerated body is called as first polar body. The degenerated body is called first polar body. The first polar body is produced while the secondary oocyte is primary oocyte from each mother cell is converted into secondary oocyte. So one polar body is degenerated. From the secondary oocyte to the ovum formation, from the secondary oocyte to the ovum formation, the second polar bodies are formed. Means out of one maturation division of female, only one ovum is produced, and in the case of males, 4 cells are produced. Here only one cell will be developed. Here 4 cells are developed. Two polar bodies are formed. Here no polar bodies are formed, and this occurs from the fetal stage to the menophase, including the menarche. Here the first oogenesis in the females is called as menarche. That is first menstrual cycle, that is the first ovulation, and here it starts after puberty, here in the fetal stage, but the first ovulation or ovum formation or releasing of ovum from the Graphalian follicle is called menarche. From then onwards, from each ovum, from the right side this month, next month left side, again next month, third month from the right side, fourth month from the left side. So it is an alternation process. It is a alternation process that occurs in the case of the female reproductive system. Here so many sperms, here only few sperms. Here 4 daughter cells, here one ovum, one matured ovum, 2 polar bodies, here no polar bodies, and the number of chromosomes present in the ovum is 23. The number of chromosomes present in each sperm is 23. That is set, 23 set. So when they fuses, the process is called as fertilization. So this is called as schematic representation. This is called as flowchart, how the occurrence of the female reproductive system is taking place. This is the time span, how it is occurring, and this is called as a schematic representation. This is called as a flowchart, and here in the males it is only after puberty, but it is in the case of the females it is only from the fetal stage. It starts and it continues after the birth, and it continues in the child stage, and it continues. It starts at the puberty, and the first menstruation cycle in the females is called menarche, and the last menstruation cycle in the females after no menstruation occurs is called menophase. The period between the menarche to the menophase, approximately 35 years to 40 years. Every month one ovum is produced from the female. And here it is a continuous cycle. It never stops till the death, mostly till the death, that is in the old age also. Here number of daughter cells formed are 4. Here the number of daughters ovums, matured ovums formed here is only 1. 2 polar bodies are formed, and here so many primary oocytes have been degenerated, and only 60,000 to 80,000 number of secondary oocytes are left in each ovary. The remaining cells will be degenerated as first or second polar bodies, and the second polar body is produced when the ovulation occurs. The matured ovum releases the second polar body. So here the ovum is stopped, arrested. Already we have discussed that the primary oocyte is arrested at meiosis 1, prophase 1. From primary oocyte to secondary oocyte, the meiosis 1, prophase 1 is continued, and it completes the process of metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Later followed by prophase 2, and metaphase 2 is completed. So ovum stops at the metaphase 2, and it is supported, it is waiting for the fertilization. If the fertilization occurs only, the next anaphase 2 telophase 2 starts. So anaphase proliferating factor APC or anaphase proliferating factor or anaphase activating factor, anaphase activating factor, anaphase proliferating complex or anaphase activating factor is present in the male sperm. So when the male sperm comes and joins with the ovum only, this will be activated. As a result, the embryo formation take place. This is the schematic representation. This is the schematic representation. This is the flow chart. This is the time span. This is the flow chart, and it occurs only after the puberty. Only after the puberty.